Okay, so today we got a alternator replacement on a 1999 Acura TL. Of course, you got the 3.2 liter VTEC in it. It's a pretty simple job. I mean, you just got to get your rad fan out. There's two bolts here, and there's going to be a bolt at the bottom right here. It's kind of hard to see, but there is one down there. And yeah, so you get your rad fans out, and then you got your connections obviously going to your rad fans. And then you just you gotta get your alternator wire and harness off, stuff like that. Make sure you disconnect your negative battery cable. And then there's gonna be a bracket that's gonna go right here, right where this hole is here. That's gonna be your other bolt for your alternator. So what you're gonna try and do, it's kind of hard to do, but you'll be able to do it. You just take your alternator, and you want to make sure you got it facing the right way. You want the big bolt hole facing down and the small one facing up. So then you're just going to take your alternator and you're going to kind of just squiggle it through here. Just wiggle it, kind of get past this head release cable here. Give me a sec. Once you get past here, you should be able to just be able to wiggle it past this AC compressor hose here. Just kind of give her a little wiggle, and she'll drop in place there. And then now you got to put your bottom bolt in. Okay, so your next part is going to be putting this bracket on. Once you get that back bolt in there, you put this bracket on, because as you can see, if you don't put this bracket on, you're not going to be able to bolt this alternator up. Like, you see that hole there? It doesn't line up. But when you put this bracket on, it makes it line up, and it just goes on like so, just like that. And then your two 10 mils will go right there. So I'll throw that on. Okay, and so once you put this bracket on here, right here, obviously you put your other alternator bolt through, and it's going to come through on that side there. Don't forget to tighten that bolt down there. I don't know if you can see it or not, right there. That's where the back bolt goes. And if memory serves me right, it's a 14 millimeter. See, and one thing with this job is when you go to try and get this tensioner to go back, you really can't get anything in there to push it back. I even had the serpentine belt tool here with all the things, and as you can see, that will not fit in there. And so my thinking was, okay, either you got to get one with cut sockets, or you spend money like I did and get box wrenches, and it gets right on there, and it works perfect. That's just a suggestion. These are $300 for these box wrenches, so just so you know, once you're done basically tightening that bolt down there, you're going to tighten this bolt, and then you're going to go ahead and hook up your alternator connections, and then you're going to throw your belt back on by applying tension to the tensioner, which I'll show. Okay, so as you can see, I have my box wrench, long ratchet wrench, on the tensioner there, and so I'm going to push up on this, and when I push up on this, sorry, I'll try and, that's going to move. See that moving? That's what's going to put your tension on your belt. So then I'm going to grab the belt down there and put it around the alternator while I'm pushing this. Okay, so once you get your alternator belt on, as you can see, it's on there. You're going to want to put your fans in, or your fan. And your fan. Like I had said before, you got your two bolts at the top and you got one at the bottom. So you're just going to slide this guy in here, just like so. Slide her in, line up your holes, and then there's going to be the two bolts here, and then there's going to be the one at the bottom there. So I would do the one at the bottom first. Okay, so once you got your fan back in there, you obviously got your electrical connection for your alternator, and then you got your power ground wire, and then you're gonna have your connections obviously for your fan and stuff like that. So do all that up, tighten this, put that bolt on there, don't tighten it too tight, Okay, and after you got you know, your electrical connections done, you got your power wire going to your alternator, your electrical connection, and you got this guy on, and you put these back on, you should be good to go. And that's all you do an alternator. You just got to put this guy back on here, just like that. Done. Take you maybe 45 minutes. Another thing too, once you got the vehicle started, once you boost it, you're gonna want to make sure that the alternator is putting out 14 volts. So got our test light there, digital. That's it to it. Putting out between 13.8, between 14.4 is what it was originally putting out here. So, and then you can actually hook it to your ground here. Hook it to your ground cable. And then you can actually bring it over here, and you can actually go right off the terminal right here, and that'll give you a reading too. And you should have, let me show you. Should have 14 or 13.5 whatever volts coming off there. As you can see, you got 13.9. So the alternator is good. If you have like 11.8 or 12, or it's not even close to 14, then you definitely got an issue. And it's not your alternator, it's got to be something else. So it could be a fuse, could be a lot of things. But that's how you replace an alternator on an Acura TL 99.